guys! So in today's video I am going to be showing you on how I got this eye look right here. It's pretty extreme. It's kind of a cut crease, kind of not. But yeah, if you guys want to see how to do this eyeshadow look, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is take my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and just apply that to my eyelids as a primer. And I'm going to be using this Zoeva concealer buffer brush. I'm just going to apply that all over my lashes, into my inner corners, kind of outside my eyelid, and all the way up to my brow bone, since this is a full eye look. This is just going to give your whole eyelid, A, it's going to even out your skin tone, and B, it's just going to give the eyeshadow something to stick to. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my Mercier setting powder and I'm just going to put that all over my eyelids just to set my primer. And this is going to help make any of the eyeshadows that I put on here just blend all the easier. You could just use like any kind of light eyeshadow that you have, but I'm just going to use this. And then do the same with the other eye. And the brush that I'm using is a no-name brush. It's just slanted and it's kind of like a dual fiber brush. Any kind of brush will work. You just want to make sure that you got powder on there. It doesn't really matter how you get it on there as long as it's on there. I'm sorry if I start grabbing tissues. My eyes, like, I don't know what it is. Every time I do makeup now, like, my eyes just can't stop watering, which is just really great. So, yeah. Like that. Okay, so once you're done with that, obviously put it away. So to start off, I'm going to be using the Morphe 35O palette. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is just a lighter brownish tan color, just as a transition shade. Now on here, it's very warm toned on the picture that I'm looking at. So let's see, what do I want to start off with? I'm going to start off with a little bit of this right here, and I think I'm going to end up mixing some of that, but for now I'm just going to take some of that, and we're going to put that pretty high up over the natural crease, just to kind of build up what your crease would look like. Just to build up that you have a higher freaking crease. That's all that we're doing there. And you don't need to go in very heavy-handed with this. You just want to kind of build it up, get it in the shape that you want. I'm going to keep it kind of pretty much going all throughout, just so that I don't have to worry about it later. And if you can't see that, I'm really sorry, but it is going through. Okay, so just a nice wash of that, and then do the same with the other eye. Before I go any further, grab some handy dandy tape, because I need a sharp line for this. And always make sure you stick it on your hand first so you don't hurt your precious face. And I'm not going to go all the way up to my lash line. I'm going to kind of stay under like this. That way when I go and do eyeshadow on the bottom, like on my bottom lash line, it'll be able to just blend right in. And then because this corner like just drives me crazy, I just fold it over, and then it's not poking me in the eye. It kind of is, but it's better. Do the same thing. Make sure they look pretty even. And like I said, blend it all the way up. Not meeting the eyebrow, but pretty much almost there. Because we want this look to be high and mighty. Okay. Just like that. So the next color that you're going to take, you could use black if you wanted to. I'm not going to use black. I'm just going to start working down in darker browns. So we're going to start off with this color right here. And I'm going to be using Sigma E40 Tapered blending brush. And again, we're not going to want a lot on our brush. We're going to build it up just to make sure everything looks seamless. And just right kind of where that other color stopped, you're going to want to start this darker brown. And it doesn't really matter if you get it on your eyelid, because we are just going to end up covering that up anyways. But just don't bring it up and over that other color. Okay, and then once you've kind of got enough-ish, I'm just going to go back in with that first brush and whatever is left on it and kind of just blend the two together a bit. Alright, and then with this brush, again, I'm going to go in with this darker color right underneath. And I'm not going to put a lot, I just want to make it a little bit darker because in the picture it kind of looks like it's faded to black, but I don't want to use black, so I'm just going to make it a really dark brown. And this is when I'm going to want the line. And I'm not going to put that over that entire brown that I put on, but I kind of am going to overlap the bottom a bit. Like blend. Alright. Okay, good enough for me. So, the next step is where it gets pretty fun. I haven't done this a lot. I've done it a few times, but we're going to do it right now. So, you're going to take your soft ochre paint pot or whatever concealer you want to use, that's up to you. And you're going to take a little brush. I'm going to use this mini concealer brush. It's kind of a flat domed brush, just like that. You just want to use a brush that you know you'll be able to get a precise line with. If you want to use a different kind of brush, that's up to you. I have this. We're going to try it. This is what I used to use to carve out my eyebrows all the time. So we're going to try it. So what you're going to do is just carve out a line kind of over your eyelid where you want the rest of the color to be. And it doesn't have to be like along with your real eyelid. But I know I'm going to have a lot of color that I'm going to be putting on the other rest of my why can't I talk? On the whole rest of my eyelid. Okay guys, so once you've done the same thing on the other eye, this is where it gets real interesting. This is where it starts to get kind of fun. This is where you could customize the look to any sort of thing that you want to do. But I happen to just literally be in love with the picture that is on here. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. So since I love blue, I'm just gonna be sticking with the blue kind of color that's on there. But first, before you put anything down, go ahead and add some more powder. I'm going to use the Mercier again. And just go over that concealer that you just put back on your eye. Again, to do the same thing and let the powder or the eyeshadow just blend over it and set your primer. And yes, I poked myself in the eye. Okay. And I don't know why, but my concealer is like not very even. But we're just going to go with it. So to start off, I'm going to go in with this palette that I have. I have no idea where it's from. I wrote 120 on it because there's 120 colors in it. This was probably like one of my first palettes that I ever got. I like convinced my mom to get it for me off of eBay. I have no idea what brand it is. This is the only thing that it has on the back. It says P120 number 1. And I have no idea what brand it is. So you open it up. This is the first level. And then you obviously take the thing off and you pull this little string and then it separates. And you put that in the top. And now you have 2. So this is what it ends up looking like. For today, I'm only going to be using this top one, so I'm going to go ahead and just put that back down just because I won't need the bottom at all. Now, I haven't really worked with these shadows since I was like really little, so we'll see how good they are. I really have no idea. I don't think they're that bad. Like when I swatch them, they seem pretty nice. Anyways, so you're going to need to put a white eyeshadow at least from like in the front half of your eyes because you're going to end up putting blues on top of it, and if you put the white down, it's just kind of going to enhance the blues. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to use this Zoeva 232 Luxie Classic Shader Brush. And I'm just going to take this white color and just go ahead and start packing that on my lid. Okay. And then I'm going to be taking this top level, and you, like I said, this is where you can customize it, so you can pick any color that you want. I think I'm going to mix colors, and I think I'm going to mix these two right here just to make the perfect shade that I want. And because we are doing such intricacy on the eyelid, I'm going to be going in with the Rose Golden 230 brush, just a little pencil brush. And then for there, you're going to start off kind of just going in this area right here, because like I said, you're going to leave that front part white. Okay, and I'm just going to try and kind of make that look blended-ish. It's really hard now that my brush is wet, but whatever. Okay, next we're going to kind of do the same thing, but we're going to do it with a darker blue. So I'm going to be taking, which looks better on camera, one of these. Probably start off with this one, and then if I want it darker, I'll use that one. Just do the same thing right next to it. And we're going to have to blend these two together, so don't be afraid to get them kind of overlapping, because we're going to have to do that anyways. I don't understand. Why is this so poopy? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to apply it with my finger, because look how much more pigment that got. So I'm going to do my best and apply it with my finger, and then blend it out with the brush, because that turned out way better. What kind of eyeshadow doesn't want to work with a brush? That's mean. Okay. And then I'm going to try and dry this brush off, because now it's all wet from my Fix Plus. And I'm going to try and just kind of blend these out a little bit. I'm going to go back in and add more in a minute, because obviously every time I pick up a brush, it just wipes it right off. But we're going to do the best, because this is like the only vibrant colors that I have right now. I always tell myself I'm not going to buy more, because you have that one palette that you've never even used, but after this, it might be time to retire it. And I am getting quite a bit of fallout, so if you're going to do this look, I guess it depends what you're using, but I wouldn't do your face first, because falling out is the thing. Alright, I'm going to go check my other palettes really quick and see what else I have. These are just not cooperating. Okay. I forgot. I have this. What am I doing? So, this can go in the garbage, because that's a piece of poop. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay Electric palette. I'm just going to swatch out the colors really quick. Perfect. So, since it's double toned blue, I'm going to be taking these two, this for my lighter one and this for my darker one. I think the light blue kind of has some sparkles in it, but we're going to go with it. And before I do that, I'm just going to try and wipe off some of that fallout and apply some powder just in case it does stick down. That's one thing that I usually do, but I forgot to do, is just apply a bunch of loose powder like you're baking. Or usually I bake and then do my eyes, so that if there is any fallout or anything like that, your powder just kind of catches it and you can just like wipe it away and it don't really matter. Alright. That way if anything happens, wipe it off, move on. Alright, so starting over. Hopefully this goes better. Same brush, even though it's really dirty now. I'm going to go in with the color called Gonzo. And just go ahead. Oh yeah. Ooh. Go ahead and put that right in there. Alright, now I'm just going to kind of pat that into my eye and kind of blend it over the mistake that we had going on over here. Same with this eye, making sure it gets all the way up to the concealer line. And I'm gonna kind of pull my eye a little bit and just kind of lightly feather it over that. I'm just gonna pull some of this back because we're gonna have to blend that in a minute. And then go ahead and grab the color called Chaos in that palette and go over this color. Oh, that looks so much better. Thank God. That would have sucked because I've been waiting to do this look for a really long time, and I was excited to use the other shadows, but clearly they epically failed, which is very disappointing. Okay, and I'm gonna clean off my brush and just go back in with the Gonzo again and just kind of darken this up a bit. Okay, and then once you feel like you have enough, you can go ahead, kind of go in the middle and just blend them out a bit. Make them kind of blend together. And kind of bring this dark blue, purple, whatever you want to call it, down a ways, kind of making like a, I don't know, like a line from top to bottom, kind of like that. Just make sure it's filled in. Not fully, but just to kind of cover a little bit of that concealer. So what we're gonna do next is go in with a black and just fill out and buff out the rest of that corner. But just in case you don't want to bring the black too far forward, you want to make sure that you don't have any of your concealer showing. I'm gonna clean off my brush again. Yes, this is what I'm using. It's one of those like magic makeup eraser things. Works pretty good. I had two, but I lost one. I don't know where the other one went. Okay, close this. I'm like really like low-key butthurt, but not low-key because I'm like really butthurt that didn't work. That makes me like so upset, but it's whatever, I guess. And then with whatever palette you have that has a black in it, you're gonna need a black eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be using my Huda Beauty palette because there is a shade in here called Black Truffle. And that's what I'm gonna be using. And I kind of want to start off with the same brush, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the 231 Petite blender. Oh wait, what is it called? Petite crease brush. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of that black. Again, not starting off with a lot. And just kind of start working that in. And we're going to end up smoking that out. But blacks and me don't really get along that well, so I've learned start off slow with them. You can always build with black, and black is not an easy color to blend away once you put too much. I'm starting off with kind of just patting motions and then sweeping it in to the blue a bit, and it seems to be just taking, I don't know what's up with these brushes, like they're also Zoeva, but I feel like some of them are just too dense that they just take away the color as you try to blend them, which is just really frustrating because you go through all that work to get it on there. Like look, it's taking all that blue that I just put right there and it's just taking it off. And I'm just doing little circular motions trying to blend it, and it just doesn't want to work with me. So I guess I'm going to try kind of fade the black out a bit and then just go back over it with the blue and put the blue over the black, and that's how I'm going to mix them just because it doesn't really want to cooperate. And this is where you want to thank God that you have tape, because you need it. You definitely want to keep the, I mean, if you're going to fade the black out and not keep it all solid black, you want to make sure that the outside black is the darkest, so close to the edge is the darkest black, like so. And then I'm going to take the other brush with the blues again, that dark blue called Chaos, and just try and blend the two together as best as you can. What I'm going to do right now, just because that's kind of frustrating me, I'm going to take a little bit of like an eyebrow color, bone color from my Morphe palette, and just kind of work that into the light blue that we have just to brighten it up a bit. And this is a Crown Royal Pro C513 brush. The final moment. Like so, like so. And then just take whatever brush you use to apply your powder, just kind of wipe it off. And that's how it looks right now. Not the best. It was kind of struggle. It was kind of a B. But I think it could have gone a lot worse. Definitely a lot worse. Next, what I'm going to do is take that dark blue and I'm going to run that all under, actually, do I want to do light blue or dark blue? I'm going to do the light blue, and I'm going to take this little pencil brush and do the light blue and just run this on my lash line, and then I'm going to go under it with the brown that we used up here. Okay, just like so. And then we're going to take that same brown that we used kind of up in the crease, put that and blend that underneath the blue. Just kind of make the overall eye look a little bit bigger, because you can see how small this eye looks compared to that eye. Okay guys, so that is how to get this look. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in my next video. Please subscribe and please like this video if you enjoy this look, and if any of you try it, feel free to tag me. My Twitter and my Instagram are linked in my description bar all the time, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!